It's not that hard, Scott. Tell him, Wash.
It's incredibly hard.
Hey, anything worth doing is.
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is Morning Somewhere for February 1st, 2004. My name is Bernie Burns, sitting right over there, dreaming about groundhogs. Say hi to Ashley.
So excited about groundhogs.
Tomorrow, the Apple Vision Pro comes out. It's going to change the fucking world.
80,000 people at a time.
For 80,000 people, the world's about to get slightly more dorky.
Are you ready for your life to be changed a little bit?
I would love if the groundhog came out. Puxatawny Phil came out, and there's a bunch of people in Apple Vision Pro headsets, and he goes, fuck this. Y'all get 8 months of winter, you fucks.
Take all the winter. All of it. Summer's never coming.
Did you read that crazy stat that Alaska had now a record for how quickly it reached 100 inches of snow? It's never reached 100 inches this quickly.
No, yeah. I had never heard about that.
So ongoing stories of climate change. We're dealing with that here in Scotland. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Happy Thursday to you. There's a lot of wind here. That's how it's expressing itself in lovely Scotland, is we're just getting more and more windstorms. And I don't know. Maybe I just never paid attention to rural northern Scotland's weather before, but wind. So
yeah, I can't say anything about Scotland's weather. It's winter. We moved here because we get seasons here.
Yeah.
And then it's weird to complain about having seasons.
Well, yeah, but wind is different. We have 75 mile per hour gusts. That's a hurricane.
It's a lot of wind.
Yeah, it's a big windstorm.
A lot of wind.
And the crazy thing is that usually the patterns here have established themselves over hundreds and hundreds of years. So what happens is it's really strange. We have really old trees here. We had to cut down, because it was going to fall. We had to cut down a 270-year-old tree.
It had already partly fallen. That's why we had to take the rest of it down.
Yeah, it took out it was a massive beech tree, and part of it broke off and knocked out some larches. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Can I tell you a fun thing I learned about larches? I was like, what is a larch? It's just an evergreen. It's an evergreen that's not. It's like a deciduous fir tree. So we see, I learned about these because I was seeing a bunch of what looked like regular fir trees, but in the autumn they would go yellow. And I was trying to figure out what is happening? What is wrong with all these trees? Fir trees don't go yellow. That's not a thing. And it turns out that there are deciduous fir trees. Larches are deciduous fir. Now you know something that you didn't know before that.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't, because as soon as you said it's like an evergreen, but not, all I could think of was the ship that turned sideways in the Suez Canal. That wasn't called Evergreen. That's the ultimate trivia question. What was the name of that ship?
Evergiven.
Evergiven?
No, was it? Let me see.
It Evergrande, or am I confusing that with the real estate company?
That's the Chinese real estate company that looks like it's being liquidated. It's got like hundreds of $1 billion in debt.
It's jamming up the Suez Canal of the Chinese economy, basically. How do you like that? I related everything together.
Bam. Evergiven, the ship that blocked the Suez Canal. I'm smart. Okay, I'm going to tell you something else that I'm really proud of you. Good job with that. Thank you. That I learned that I want you to learn, because I think this could change your life a little bit.
Wait, allow me to put on my headset. Okay, I'm ready for this information.
So, after an episode earlier this week, we were talking about your broken move streak and how devastated you were by that and how that set you back.
I put on my headset. Do you even recognize this dorky sound?
Nope. Go ahead.
Star Trek, the original series bridge. So proud of that.
You and your soundboard. So we're talking about how you basically set yourself back months by breaking your move streak and everything. So Queso Man.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
So I hope I'm pronouncing Queso Man correctly. On our subreddit said it's actually possible to restore your streak.
Oh, somebody on the subreddit said that? Interesting. Okay.
What?
Go ahead.
You have to cheat a little bit. But the easiest way to do it, they said, is you can use the health app to retroactively add a workout of however many calories that you need.
Oh.
And that's easiest to do like immediately after you've lost it. Not for you, in this case, because after you broke the streak, it stayed broken for a long period of time. But next time you break your streak by a single calorie, bam, there you go.
I see. But the streak I broke earlier this week, I could have fixed that?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Burnie, did you do that? Did you cheat?
No.
No.
So the
I
streak.
said no.
So here's my problem
So your
with that.
streak's alive and well.
Yeah, but here's my problem with that. Now that I have this information
Now
in
you
my
know.
head, now I know how to be like, eh. That being said, the night I was like Monday night when I got back from America, when I got back, I did see I was like 100 calories short. And you have seen me sometimes like up in the room, like just jumping around and moving around, trying to get my last like 20 calories or whatever.
I have, yes.
Are we calling it calories now? Or
It's
is
calories,
it Apple
dude.
Move units?
Dude, it's calories.
Okay.
Stop fighting the reality.
Hey, well, let me ask you another question. This is Scottish to America or America to Scottish stuff.
Oh, here we go.
There's a calorie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've grown up knowing about calories. Also, I always say I'm not a conspiracy theorist and then tell you a conspiracy theory I believe in.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, Ashley. However, have you ever noticed that the U.S. is standard measurements for everything except for nutritional information? Wow, what a shock. The most obese nation in the world, they don't use their normal standards of measurements for their nutritional information. It's all grams. Huh.
Although it's funny when you care and when you don't. I remember when I was a kid, my mom had, that 70s plastic, I guess like 2-liter pitcher for juice.
Oh, was it the one that has like the little vacuum button on the top?
Yeah, it had a vacuum button on the lid, like the little ridged lid.
I know where this is going. I can tell you exactly what you drank out of that.
Yep.
Kool-Aid.
Yep, that's right. And I remember this. There'd be a packet of Kool-Aid, and then you would read the instructions and be like, pour in the packet of Kool-Aid. Great. Now pour in like 3 cups of sugar. Done. Easy. No prob. Now fill the rest with water. Now you have a nice treat.
If you're not from America and you're not from the American South, you probably have never experienced something called sweet tea, which sounds like iced tea with sweetener in it. It's not. They take tea and they superheat it so they can saturate it with sugar. Like they have to heat it up to a level that'll absorb more sugar and then cool it down to iced tea levels. It's, I believe the word is cloying. Is that the word that I should use
sounds
there?
accurate. Yes. Like just like so sweet it sticks to your insides.
But here, let's start collapsing tangents here.
Oh boy.
So in Scotland, Europe, outside of the U.S., they use something called a kcal. Is a kcal a calorie?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to read you an article right here.
Because to me, it sounds like 1,000 calories.
So calories and kcal are used interchangeably. They refer to the same amount of energy. The one that requires conversion is actually a completely different.
No, don't the joules or whatever.
Kilojoules.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope. I'm not touching that.
Yeah. So kcal and calories is the same thing.
That's to me like when I'm doing pressure in a tire when I'm inflating it.
Yeah.
I'll do PSI and I'll do KPA.
Okay.
I'm not doing bar. I'm not doing that.
Is bar like the number of atmospheres?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
that's why it's like you can inflate it to like 40 PSI or like, I think it's like 250 KPA or 2.1 bar. It's just like,
I'm not doing
no
that.
Thanks. No thanks.
I'm not doing that.
Can't handle it. Also, so many tangents. Why the fuck don't they print like a bike tire on a car tire? Why don't they print what you need to inflate it to? They're like, check your car's manual. You make the goddamn tire.
Wait, I thought you told me this. I thought it's because the different because vehicles are different weights and they vary so significantly that you can't just inflate a tire to a specific amount because it wouldn't be able to hold the car up the same.
Put a sticker on it. Just whatever. Do it. You tell me bikes don't weigh different amounts? I've had lots of different bikes. I say your brother-in-law, I guess he's my brother-in-law too, he has a passion for bikes.
You could say that.
That's one way to say it. Another way to say it, he has so many goddamn bikes. That's another way to say it.
He has so many bikes that my sister can't park her car in the garage because there's no room because it's taken up by literally dozens of bikes.
It sounds like a joke when he starts talking to you about it because it's like, what's this bike? He says, that's a downhill bike. And I'm like, what does that mean? Can you not ride it uphill? Like do you have to take one bike up the hill carrying the downhill bike on your back? and then swap out to the downhill bike and down you go. He's also coincidentally like half metal plates at this point. He's like shattered every bone in his body. It's pretty goddamn. It's pretty amazing.
He's like the most cyborg person that we know.
All right, so boom, boom. Let's collapse back up. We
Okay,
did
collapse one more.
K-Cal, and then there's one above that we got off on another tangent on. Can you remember what it was?
No, it's gone forever. What do you know?
We had a streak going. We're gonna have to go back and modify our data. We hadn't lost the tangent yet.
We've broken the streak,
and we're not doing follow up Friday this week. We're not doing it.
We'll pick it up again later.
We
because
mucked it up Monday.
Be
How about that? We'll do
muck it up Monday. That's right. I like that one.
Mend it Monday.
Mend it Monday because Friday is going to be taken up by something else.
I remember what it was. The other tangent.
Go.
Okay, so I was going to be upset with the guy from the forums who posted how I could modify my workout data and keep my streak going. Basically, he was teaching me how to cheat, and I was going to blame him for letting me do that.
The term gaslighting
Shut up,
refers to when someone...
I even fucking asked you. I already knew how to cheat because when I was on Monday, when I came back and I saw that I was like 200 or 50 calories short, you can modify your goal. And I know I could have done that. I just decided not to modify my goal.
This is more for an after the fact modification.
Yeah, if I think I would use his fix if something went wrong and I didn't realize it. Like when I missed my 1 calorie,
I like the idea you've had before of you should be able to like complete some task, like triple your move goal or whatever today, and we'll get your streak back.
So we were dropping hints about who the first guest for Morning Someone would be. Nobody's guessed it so far. And the thing I was talking about with streaks is we were talking about a piece of popular media where you can earn back something that you've lost in a very popular piece of written media. That's my last clue of who it is.
All right.
They're not going to guess, but it'll be fine. It's somebody that we like a lot.
It's fun.
Oh, but next week, though, is going to be all Super Bowl coverage because I don't know if you heard, but it's the San Francisco 49ers versus Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. So it's going to be huge. Huge. Man, the amount
I
of
don't know. I heard she might not be able to be there because her
Why do you put the voice?
Because her air and tour date might conflict with the Super Bowl.
Oh, I'm sorry. She can't attend her boyfriend's game because of her $1 billion career that she's got. Oh, what a sad situation. I have heard
it's a hard place to be in.
I've heard so many takes on it. People are obsessed with it. And it's one of those things where I don't really read the negative take. I only read the counter to the negative take. Like people are saying how upset they are that people are upset about Taylor Swift going to the games. I'm like, have people said they're upset about Taylor Swift attending a football game? Has anyone said that?
No, you're right. I've seen the things of being like, here's why it's, who cares that if Taylor Swift is shown 2 seconds into every play, and it does like imply that there are people upset that Taylor Swift is shown 2 seconds into every play. And I'm like, okay. I can see that there might be a type who would be annoyed by that, but I haven't actually heard anything from them.
Who's upset about seeing Taylor Swift on a screen? I mean, it's Taylor Swift. She's awesome. She's gorgeous.
I don't know.
Yeah, come on. What else you gonna show the fucking defensive coordinator like doing that thing where he pulls his mic up and yells at their ref? Never seen that before. Maybe I can learn to lip read and see what he has to say.
Well, while we're on the subject of music, I want to do a fun...
While we're on the subject of Super Bowl, both those teams suck. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to play a fun game. And I need you to pull out your phone. And I need you to go to Spotify.
Okay.
Where you can find Morning Somewhere, by the way, if you are listening to this some other way.
Look at you squeezing the promotions.
Right.
What am I doing?
Go to search and just in the search bar type day.
Day, D-A-Y.
D-A-Y.
Oh, I think I know what you might be having me do.
So I found this. I just saw this thing, and it was someone who was very annoyed at how accurately Spotify had them pegged. Because you go and you type in day, and it comes up with a bunch of these custom playlists that Spotify has generated for you based on what you listen to.
Okay.
So I went and I did this, and I was like, I'm right, man. The guy who was annoyed by it is spot on because I'm annoyed because it has like all these mixes, and I'm like, that's bullshit. What is this? And I go to the mix, and I'm like, oh, that's actually really good because they're all named like crazy genres.
How do I go? I just have day. So how do I?
Okay, so now in the search results, you should have a bunch of auto-generated playlists that were made for you by Spotify.
I do not. I have a bunch of. I have day list, daylight. I have an anti-anxiety mix.
Yep, you're starting to find them. So look for ones with covers like that, but in different colors.
Goblin Core.
Yeah,
What
I
is
got
that?
Goblin Core too.
I've been listening to your stuff. Lit shower mix.
Okay, that sounds nice.
I have a meme mix. Come on, dude. I'm in my 50s. I got a meme mix. Oh, Jesus. Spent 17 years of my life in the Peter Pan office, and now I'm stuck with it for fucking ever. All right.
So I'll share some of mine with you because they're dead accurate and it's so annoying. I have the Witch Core mix.
Witch Core.
Yeah.
I can call
Goblin
that.
Core.
What is Goblin Core?
I don't know. I think it's just like you're a goblin. I have a Spooky Evil Gay mix.
Spooky Evil Game Mix. That's for your vampire shows.
I have a Murder Ballad mix. So watch out.
What is going on over there?
A Pirate Metal Shanty mix.
I have Pirate Metal Shanty. That was on mine. Yeah,
Nice.
I got that.
Princess Core.
I don't have that.
Egg Punk.
Egg Punk.
Bubble Grunge.
How much music you listen to? I only have a few. I only have like one more here.
And then just to I guess reset me, I have Wake Up Happy.
I have a Hunt Macaque list. Stupid joke. We overdid that joke, and I couldn't help but come back to it. God damn it. I have a Strange mix.
Okay.
That's got some Talking Heads, Billie Eilish, Achilles Come Down, Gang of Youths. Man, this makes me seem way fucking cooler than I am. Kate Bush, Scissor Sisters. I don't even know who that is. I love them already.
You don't know who the Scissor Sisters are?
Should I?
I mean, they were big in like the 90s.
All right, name a scissors. Oops. I'm going to start playing stuff here. Sorry. That's going to get us fucking pinged. See, I don't worry about Spotify coming after us. I do worry about Apple coming after us. Let me see here. How do I load this thing up here? Scissor Sisters. Name a Scissor Sisters song. Not to call you out.
Nope,
but
can't do it.
yeah. I don't feel like dancing. 86 million plays. I can't decide. 121 million plays. They've made like $1.50 off that. Good for them, Scissor Sisters.
Also, I apparently had their years off. They were formed in 2000.
There was some crazy. Did you ever see the crazy clip where Snoop Dogg was talking about how little he makes from Spotify?
I did. They sent him, so as part of that Spotify Wrapped thing. Oh, and the point that I was going to make with this, by the way, is it's like, look how much data we have on you, but make it fun.
Oh my God.
Which is similar to what was the Spotify Wrapped, right?
They do a great job of
at
it.
the end of the year, it's like, I know everything that you've listened to, but make it fun.
Yeah, they could show like pictures of you listening to music from your front-facing camera, and somehow they would do it in a way that doesn't worry you to your core.
Right.
know?
Instead, you're like, I'm going to share this on social media so everybody knows. I'm in the top 1.6% listeners of, this obscure artist.
When we first moved to rural Scotland, there was a thing that Ashley discovered, which I liked for about an afternoon. And it was all medieval arrangements of popular tunes, like with mandolins and lutes and things. And it was called Bardcore, which I thought was a great name.
I don't know why I don't have a Bardcore Spotify mix. You'd think that it would know me that well.
I probably just because I have like muted all Bardcore stuff on mine, and our phones are nearby each other. It's learned not to do it. But yes, Snoop Dogg said he doesn't make anything from his streams. Like they sent him a thing saying he had so many billion.
You had like so many million streams this year, and like congratulations. And then he went to his manager, or whatever, and said, "How much did we actually make off Spotify?" And they're like, "Oh, not 40,000."
I remember
really
40,000 as well. He made $40,000 from what I think was billions of streams or something like that. That's crazy. We had a good laugh about it. We never mentioned it. When we hit #1 in the UK for the podcast, they sent us. Let me preface this. On YouTube, when you get 100,000 views, you get a silver play button, which is like a silver plaque.
Yeah, they send you a plaque.
When you get 1 million, you get a gold one. When you get 10 million, you get a diamond one, which is like this big chunk of, it's not diamond, but it's like an acrylic, cool looking thing. And then I think Mr. Beast and PewDiePie have a ruby one, which is at 50 million.
Yeah, not a lot of those ones out.
Not a lot of those ones out there. We got #1 in the UK on Spotify for podcasts. They sent us a JPEG.
It was like a share with your friends.
We gotta put that up somewhere. We had all these dumb ideas of how late. It was basically like getting a sticker, right?
They're like, let's turn it into an NFT.
And I mean, honestly, not many people probably do that, so people wouldn't be aware of that. You know what I mean? It's just insane. It's just insane.
It was pretty funny.
Massive company. He sent us a JPEG. And it was really just a marketing thing to go like market, have more people listen to Spotify. Put up this JPEG.
Congratulations.
Can we make that the thumbnail for today's episode?
I'll tell you what, I'll make the JPEG our thumbnail.
Can we use it? I don't know. I don't want to.
Everyone can have our JPEG.
Dude, I don't know. I don't want to put that out there. It might be valuable. Fucking Joe Rogan's probably got like 1,000 of those things, man. He's not letting anybody know. He's been hoarding these things. All right.
You think he gets one every day?
What else should we talk about today, Ash?
So a little bit of Scottish themed news that's not dealing with macaques. But a 2-year-old Scottish toddler is believed to be the youngest person ever to reach the Mount Everest base camp.
Oh, I was going to make fun of this. They're Scottish?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, go. You 2-year-old?
Yeah, so it's even the article, I'll put it in the linked up as like this kid, the toddler Carter Dallas, he quotes, climbed to the South Base Camp. His parents carried him to the base camp and are like, a great job. And then they all had to get checked for altitude sickness. And they were like, we were altitude sick. He was fine.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, so wait a second. So he didn't go to the summit.
No.
He went to the base camp.
Not at the moment, no. No, he's gone to the base camp, which is 17,598 feet above sea level. That's 5,364 meters.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
On behalf of parents everywhere, fucking take it easy. Just come on, take it easy. 2-year-old climbing Mount Everest.
Well, they're
fucking
like,
slow your roll.
Man,
get over it.
They were going on about how like he's learned all these breathing exercises they do with him and all this sort of stuff. And then I don't know. I was just trying to think of like what we would do with a 2-year-old, and we were like, he stood up, yay, good job. Like, oh, he didn't cry when we poured water on his head, deserves a medal, that kind of stuff. And then he's like, I went to Everest.
Didn't eat cereal for the 3rd day in a row. That's it.
Ate a real breakfast.
Yeah.
Let's have a party.
Spotify should make that kid a fucking overachiever
Get him a JPEG.
playlist.
Get that kid a JPEG.
Here's your parents playlist for you.
Yeah.
Are they helicopter parents if they actually have to hire a helicopter to get their kid off of fucking Mount Everest?
I'd say they're more hiking parents. Can you do that? Is that a type of parent where you just strap the kid to your back and do all the work?
I'd love to blame the parents too in this. I say blame. This is supposed to be this crowning achievement, but really, honestly, what the hell? Come on. But there's lots of adults around there, Why don't you just make him like the youngest kid to go to Burning Man, for God's sake? Although there's probably lots of babies that go to Burning Man.
I was going to say there's lots of babies that come out of Burning Man.
They started at Burning Man. Jeez, man. Mount Everest. I don't know. That just seems like, I don't know. That's dangerous. I mean, what skydiving next? I mean, there's some things it's like, it's not for kids to do. Mount Everest is one of those things.
Yeah. Keep some areas for adults, man.
Am I engaging in the anger?
Is this a child-free area?
Going back to that.
You want child-free? Go to Everest.
I mean, is it like do you have like a baby Bjorn like hiking gear, like with carabiners on the front of it and everything like that? Kids live dangerously, I was talking to my buddy Scott, and we were talking about how when we were kids, we would, on our own, we would get bikes and we'd build ramps to jump over other kids laying on the ground.
Oh, no, that was the best. I grew up in a rural area that was getting built up, and so there were always a lot of basements dug out, and that meant that the dirt was just in piles all over. Dude. And we would take our bikes and see how far you could get them to fly.
Yeah.
And inevitably, of course, the bikes get all like mangled and you get the bent handlebars. And so everyone learned the trick of standing with the front wheel between your two legs and just jamming the handlebars until they were straight-ish.
Yep.
And that was the best.
I got to say, having grown up in an area that was constantly under construction as well, the enormous dirt pile at construction sites is probably one of the most underrated experiences for a young kid.
Seriously.
We were on those things constantly.
Don't take the kid to Everest. Bring Everest to him.
There you
Just
go.
build a big dirt pile and give him a bike.
Big dirt pile. Can I ask you a question? Is that where you stepped on your nail around one of those dirt piles?
No, that was when I was making a path through an alfalfa field with cast-offs from building a house. You can see
So
where
from a construction site.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, well, that does it for us today. You know what? Don't feel obligated on your Thursday here to try to keep up with a 2-year-old. You don't have to climb Mount Everest.
Get someone else to do it for you.
Exactly. Just, live vicariously through a fucking 24-month-old. All right, we will be back to talk to you tomorrow. We hope you'll be here as well.
Bye, everybody.